So, here in my hand, I have about 1,000-year-old piece of ice. It takes about 1,000 years for the ice to come all the way down the mountain into a lagoon. So, all the ice around it is about 800 to 1,200 years old. And as you can see, there's almost no air in it, so it's really transparent. And so it's actually the best ice you can get for your whiskey. And there is even a company from New York that came here a few times in 2014 and a few years back, and collected some ice. And you can, in New York, you can go to a really fancy whiskey bar and buy a piece like this in your glass for $50. So this is a lot of money. So if you want me to send you guys to New York or something, I can partner up. So all the ice here around us, they're just floating around basically. So they're always moving and the lagoon is constantly changing. We can only see 10% of each iceberg. The other 90% are under the water. That's why we don't go too close to them, because we don't know how far out they reach from underneath. And they can also flip and they can break. And when they flip, the part that's under the water comes up, and that part was really blue, like over there and over there, and you can see a lot of blue icebergs around here. Yeah, and especially when it's cloudy, you can see much more of those blue icebergs, because it takes a longer time to turn white. Because if it's sunny, it only takes hours, because when the sun shines on the surface, the air penetrates through the surface and crystallizes and turns white. So you're quite lucky, because it's cloudy and not raining. There's much more of those blue icebergs. But the blue color is actually just an optical illusion. The ice is actually transparent like this one, but because there's no air in it, so it's just really compressed water, and that much amount of water together can't absorb the blue color, so the ice reflects it and it looks blue. And then if a piece like this would fall off of the blue one, it would just be like this. The size of the lagoon is about 25 square kilometers, and it's always getting bigger and bigger, because the tongue of the glacier over there, called Jökulsárlón, is the fastest retreating glacier in Iceland, and it retreats on average about 100 to 300 meters every year. And the reason why it's retreating so fast is because of the global warming, and also because of the seawater. Because in the high tides, the sea goes into a lagoon because it's connected to the ocean, and the salt melts the ice faster. So we have here brackish water, or mixture of seawater and freshwater. And only 80 years ago, this glacier, which is now 7 kilometers away, was where the bridge is. So the lagoon is only 80 years old, so it's happening really fast. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
And actually, okay, it took under the glacier is a fjord, 21 kilometers into the glacier. So if we lose 21 kilometers more of the glacier, we'll reach land. So we'll just have a big fjord here. And they estimated like in 80 to 100 years we'll reach the land. So it took 80 years for the glacier to retreat 7-8 kilometers. And it's going to take 80 more years to retreat 21 kilometers. So it's always happening faster and faster and faster. The temperature of the water is about 2-3 degrees Celsius, like 35-36 Fahrenheit. But in the winter time it can go to -5 degrees. But it doesn't freeze completely because of the salt that's in the water. But in the winter 2001, they were shooting a movie here called James Bond, Die Another Day. And they wanted to come to a lagoon and film their car chase scene on the ice, but the ice was too thin, so they decided to freeze the lagoon. And of course Hollywood froze this lagoon. And they did that by building a wall under the bridge and blocked the access of the sea. So when the sea couldn't reach the lagoon, it only took a few weeks for the ice to become thick enough to drive on. And they made like 20 minutes of the movie here.
Oh, wow.
So it was brilliant but expensive. So also the depth of the lagoon, this is actually the deepest lake in Iceland. And just over there by the glacier, the depth is about 260 meters, around 600 feet. So, and it's always getting deeper and deeper. The deepest point is under the glacier, about 300 meters. That's the deepest point in Iceland. And behind those mountains over there is the highest point. There's another mountain called Hvannadalshnjúkur, which is 2,110 meters. So the highest and the lowest point are pretty close by, so the neighbors.